Hello there guys, Feng here, and welcome back to RimWorld. Okay then, so there was recently a update for this. When I say recently, it was back in February the 24th. And you might think, well Feng, it's like middle of March now, you know, what's going on? Well, as you already know, I've been obviously covering a lot of other games as well as other stuff, so yeah, I'm sorry this is a tad bit late, but better late than never. So, okay, so there's a few new quality of life changes as well as new content in the game now. So we'll go through that once we get inside. Oh yeah, the adaptive tutor is really cool. You can actually reset the adaptive tutor now as well. So this allows you to start from scratch if if you haven't played for a while, or if you just want, just the tips back on, then yeah, that's pretty cool. There's development mode, running background, blah blah blah. The options doesn't really change that much. So let's get to new colony. Now we've still got the same AI storytellers as we had previously. We're gonna go with Cassandra Classic. Okay. So there's a few new things that you might have noticed straight off the bat. You can see these little fire symbols here. Now, what this means is that any skill that has a symbol near it like that means that that particular character prefers to utilize this skill. So as you can see, there's passion for the skill is interested, which means you learn it at, well, 1 time speed. I assume is not necessarily double speed, but it's more than what any normal skill is. So as you can see there, there's no passion for that, so you learn the skill at 0.3 times. So passion is normal learning. And then you've got double one here, with big massive one, which increases the learning by 1.5, so that's pretty cool. Now you might also notice as well that some of these are actually useful now. So yeah, we can now use crafting. Unfortunately, there's only one kind of crafting thing you can do in this particular version. That actually cuts stone into blocks. But blocks are useful. You can make walls out of them. You can also make floors out of them as well, which is really useful. Unfortunately, you can't sell them, which is a bit of a poo-poo. What else we've got? Cooking is now used as well. You can actually now start cooking meals. You can actually butcher the cow-looking things, and you can turn that into meat and cook that as well. Cooking's a lot more beneficial than just eating raw food or using the paste dispenser. It's a lot more useful. And everything else is still okay, from what I understand. There's a lot more different backstory titles as well. So, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to keep what we got here. I'm not going to mess around with it too much. This is basically just a random one. So as you can see, it's pretty decent. I mean, this particular character is more of a medicine. It's more of a medic. But obviously medicines are not used in this version as of yet. Decent research though, and can learn shooting pretty quickly. So yeah, we'll keep with that one. We have a very high military commissioner here who's pretty decent at shooting and melee. Pretty decent all around, you know. We also have more melee than anything else. We don't really want to engage in melee if we can help it, which is a bit of poo, but you can't do any she can't do any research or crafting, which isn't exactly a bad thing. I mean, you only need specialised characters for those anyway, so I'm not really too bothered about that. And again, traits still aren't being used really for anything, so just bear that in mind. Okie dokie then. I don't think anything changed with the advanced, no. Okay, let's start. So it's going to generate the world, and then our 3 characters are just going to float down to space, and yeah, like so. Okay, good time to pause it and just have a look at the surroundings. Okay, so one of the major changes I noticed is the way that stockpiles and stuff work now. Now, previously you had a set size for stockpiles and other stuff like that. Even the growing zones. Now you can set your own size. So if we just give you an example, here's a stockpile. I can make it any size I want. I can make it this big or this small. It doesn't matter. And of course, the great thing about these is that you can actually change some of the priorities. You can change what goes in and out of them, which is pretty cool. So let's just remove that particular zone. I'm going to remove these zones as well because we might not necessarily stay there. I've got a bit of glare coming from the window. Just bear with me 2 ticks. Okay, I ain't kidding you. The sun this time of the morning is absolutely horrid. It's so low, and it just comes in through the window. It's absolutely horrible. Okay, so let's just have a look, see if we can find any geysers first. Well, there's a geyser right there, so that's actually not bad. That's not a bad little position there. I can cordon this bit off and cordon this bit off, and we can use this particular area. The only thing I'm worried about is the lack of fields to grow stuff, although we could probably utilise this space here pretty well. I think I'll stick a wall there, and probably a wall that side like that as well, and that's going to give us a lot of room as well to expand, which is something you need. Mining, I think, has changed a little bit as well. If you mine too far in, then you're going to get cave-ins. Now, cave-ins are not good because your characters can die from getting squished, which, you know, makes sense. It does make sense. So let me yeah, hang on. Also, you might have noticed now that there is a few new items on the floor. So previously you only started off with a pistol. Now you actually start off with a pistol, and there should be, yeah, there's a Leonfield in that particular rubble as well. So you always start off now with a Leonfield and 2 pistols. So which one was my main shooter? I think it was this one. So you can equip the Leonfield, and you 2 can equip the pistol. There we go. Excellent. So let that run. So they can equip that. And I'll just do that. Okay. Now we need to get rid of these beds, like so. And we need to start assigning stockpiles and stuff. So, first of all, we might want a growing zone. Let's just see where we should probably put these. If the wall's going to go there, then we could start probably building them here. So I like to do a few 4x4 like this. I don't know why, that's just me. So yeah, if we have a few 4x4s there. Now you can actually grow different crops now as well, which is really cool. So you can grow potato plants, strawberry plants, rose, daylily, and dandelions. Now I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure if all these are actually implemented properly yet. But what I've noticed is that potato plants are still probably the best things to grow, mainly just due to the fact that you can actually use them to trade. All the other 4 you can't actually use to trade with the trading ship, so you're probably best off just sticking to potato plants. Now, there is actually the other one that might be useful as well is strawberry plants to start off with. So in fact, we are going to just have 1 strawberry plant. The main reason why is because if you eat these raw, then there's actually less of a negative effect. Your colonists will actually start getting really, you know, really furious if they keep eating raw food, which is not good for them. It's not very good for them at all. They want something nice and cooked or nice and fresh. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Okay. So we've got the growing zone now. We need a dumping stockpile. This is quite important as well now. Just have a look, see what. Yeah, it's gonna need a bit of a clean. I don't want to leave too much debris outside the wall area because enemies can use that as cover, which is definitely something we want to try and eliminate. So we're going to probably stick the dumping pile. God, we've got loads of space. I haven't actually had this much space to play with before. Not this much to this extent. Let's just stick it there for the time being. So there we go, we've got dumping there, but we do need a decent sized stockpile, which I suppose could go Where should we stick it? Stockpile. I'll stick it right next door to it. Never mind. There we go. Excellent. So that's the pile sorted. We do need to add an own region. Very important, because if you don't add one, then you will not be able to put out fires. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to go any further than that. But let's just stick it there. Stick that there. Bring that over there like so. And that'll do for now. Okay. Now we need some beds, just some sleeping spots for the time being. Don't forget we don't really have any resources as of yet, apart from what's going to be dropped. So there we go. Okay, I'm just going to let that run for a little bit so they move out the way. Then I can just drag all this and allow it. And there we go. That's all they allow it, so they'll go and pick that up. And probably the next more important thing as well is to actually prioritise stuff. So manual priorities. All of them will fight the fires. That will be the first priority. That's always should be your first priority, is firefighting. Because if you don't catch the fires early, then you're pretty fucked most of the time, depending on how you set out your base. So all of them are pretty good doctors. I didn't realise that. These are actually pretty decent stats. Wow, not too bad at all. Okay, researching's not going to be that big of a deal just yet, but I'll stick that at 2. And this is going to be the Morris is going to be our main crafter / researcher. And when they're not doing that, they will be hauling and cleaning. Now the commissioner, Kuhei, will be who's going to be our dedicated? Right, well, since you've got decent construction repairing, we'll stick you on construction repairing duty, as well as hauling and cleaning. And probably mining as well, probably more important. There we go. The commissioner will be responsible for doctoring, warding, cooking, growing and plant cutting. There we go. And in fact what I might do actually is we'll put the janitor for that. That's their other big thing, because cooking and growing and plant cutting is too important really at this stage of the game, because we desperately need food. Okay, let's just let things roll for the time being. So they should start going round, and so there we go, they've started growing. All of them are growing, which is not what I asked for. Not what I asked for at all. Get up there and start bringing stuff down. Okay, let's make use of this geyser. Well, we can't just yet because we need to wait for the metal to come. So we'll just wait for the metal to get to the stockpile. Yeah, that stockpile being there is probably not the greatest of ideas because it's quite far away. I should have really put it somewhere. Yeah, I'm actually just going to move this. That is not ideal whatsoever. Let's just move that and stick the stockpile here for now. There we go. That'll do. So I'll just move that there like so. There we go. Okie dokie. So we will get a geothermal generator on the rip, which does require 250. We'll have to wait for that. It must be placed on the geyser. Arr. I haven't actually seen. I've noticed on these maps as well. I haven't seen that many geysers. Not as many as. Oh, there's one hiding there. Lol. Not as many as that was in the previous build. I don't know if they've been slightly nerfed so that they spawn less, but yeah, I haven't really seen that many. So that's just interesting. Okay, well, I can put that on build mode, so that'll start building pretty much soon as. That's fine. We do need food, and I do need to concentrate on bringing that food back. It is a bit far, but that's fine. We should probably concentrate on harvesting some plants as well in the local area. Try and get some food that way. There we go. Not much, but it will help. Now another thing we need to keep an eye on, and what I didn't do in the previous videos that I did, because I didn't really paying much attention is their needs. Now, where they gone? Here they are. So yeah, if we actually go to this particular character, go to Anna, you can look at the fort and you can see what they want. So here we go. So a new colony optimism. That's basically, you know, you start off, you get basically kind of a get out of jail free kind of bonus while you're settling in. But as you can see, no one likes to eat raw food. It does have a negative effect. It does expire after a while though, so that's not a problem. No one likes sharing bed. No one likes to sleep outdoors, but people do like to have social chatting out again. So let's bear that in mind. I think probably the others will probably be in more or less the same boat, as you can see. So yeah. So one of the first things we want to try and do this time round, rather than try and fortify defences, although we will want to try and do that as soon as possible as well, is we want to try and make sure that they are eating properly. Not eating this garbage bloody paste or anything like that. We actually want to make a stove straight away, which is one of the new buildings, as you can see here. We're not going to bother with a butcher table just yet, because you can still cook with potatoes and stuff into a simple meal, and that was a lot better. So we're going to wait for this to be built, and once that's built we will make a stove. We're going to have to put this indoors, I think, so we'll make the stove fairly close by. I don't know how close I'm going to make it, but close, you know, not too bloody close. Probably next to the stockpile would be a good idea if we are keeping the stockpile here, which we probably will. So we are going to need no, I'll make that first, so let's just pause that 2 seconds. Where are we going to have the wall? We can have it there. So we'll do that. We'll get the metal wall. So yeah, stone wall is basically the same kind of thing, you know, it's a wall, but the big difference is that it doesn't conduct electricity, which actually makes it a little bit less wanting, if you know what I mean. Don't really want to use it as much, because it's obviously a lot more useful to have the walls conduct power rather than not. So yeah, I suppose you could make a hybrid kind of like houses. You can make some parts of the wall metal so that they can conduct the electricity for what they need inside the buildings, but meh. Okay, so Morris is having fun, but look at it, he's going to collect all the stuff. Good. It's taking a little bit longer than expected. Looks like we are still low on food though, and someone isn't doing their job of cutting. It's because they're too busy bloody growing and cooking. Maybe that can be your other job, plant cutting, just for now. I'd much rather get the plant cutting out the way. Oh look, if you're ever not sure what to do, check the alert at the top right of the screen. So yeah, as you can see, we need a meal source, which we obviously don't have. You have no way of producing edible meals. Well, we do now, but we're just waiting for the metal to come. And then obviously once that's there, we'll show you the process of how things are made. That is, of course, assuming if people get off their lazy arses and stop sleeping. There's work to be done. But of course they're going to sleep, aren't they? Right, let's just speed this up a little bit. There's not much else we can really do. There we go. Now I'm hoping that the first event doesn't occur anytime soon, because we don't really have any defences up yet. Mainly due to the fact that I'm waiting for this fucking stove. Lovely coffee. Gotta have your coffee in the morning. God. Okay. Brilliant. So that's kind of done. Where's the door? Oh, the door's already there. Yeah, we need to connect that with a power conduit. There we go. Do we need a battery or two, maybe? I'm just thinking if we should use batteries or not. I don't think we need batteries with a geothermal generator. It constantly produces even during the night time, so that's actually not a big deal. But yeah, we've now got the stoves. Let's just pause. Now, if we go to bills, we can add a bill. You can make a simple meal, fine meal, or lavish meal. Now, depending on what kind of meal you have, depends on how many ingredients and stuff you'll need. So for the time being, we're just going to make a simple meal. You can actually set it to do as many as you want, or you can just stick it on infinity, which is what I'm going to be doing, and stick it on forever. You can even config to what you want to use. So obviously, don't only want to use human meat, do you? Nah. But we can use boomer rat meat or squirrel meat or muffalo meat, as well as obviously the vegetarian stuff, which is potatoes, berries, and agro fruit. So yeah, but someone does need a minimum cooking skill of 3, which I believe we do. Where's my main cook? The commissioner. Let me actually just double check, see if the commissioner has got a cooking skill of 3. I'm sure he has. Sure he has. Yeah, cooking's 3. And he actually likes it as well, so yeah, that's cool. So that should go up. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now we need to start thinking about possible defences. I mean, we've got plenty of metal. Metal's not really a problem at this point, but the problem is the amount of metal I'm gonna need to fortify this particular area. It's gonna be a lot by the look of it. Actually debating whether it's more... Debating if it's going to be more cost effective just to make some sandbags for the time being. It might be. If I'm going to put a wall there, I'll probably put the door there. So if I make that and that and that, there we go. So there we go. There's some sandbags there. And I don't know what I'm going to do for this bit, because this is going to be a corner. I mean, I suppose I could make it so that the sandbags cover the corner. That might be a decentish idea. So if I have 3 there, that there. If I build that there, then just connect that there, like so. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, just about. There we go. So they'll start constructing that now, hopefully. It's a little bit of defence. It's not great, of course, but it's better than nothing. And if we do get some early intruders, then at least we've actually got a few places to protect ourselves with. Not a huge deal. Right, now I need to have a quick look at the needs and just see if everyone is okay for the time being. Now, of course, everyone's still eating raw food because no one's actually cooked anything yet. So here we go. There is a simple meal. Now, of course, eating a simple meal is going to give you a bit more benefit. So let's just show you. So there we go. It actually doesn't say anything there. That's probably because it's more neutral. Eating just a simple meal, you know, which is obviously a lot better than having a -12 penalty. Definitely. The last thing you want is your con list going absolutely haywire, which happens an awful lot, especially during the early game. I mean, right after you lose your oh god, oh Feng, use your head. After you lose that optimism bonus, then yeah, you definitely get a lot of people going AWOL. So what we need next, we probably need to start thinking about a comms unit. Yeah, your comms unit. Yep, a comms console. There we go. Where are we going to stick this? We could stick it there, actually. We could stick it right next to it. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Seems like a good idea. So we need a metal wall just to cover that. There we go. It's going to be protruding a little bit, naturally. There we go. And a door there. Brilliant. We are going to need a... We are going to need a launch pad, otherwise we're not going to be able to sell anything. Now, unfortunately, it does look like we haven't got much metal left. So let's gather some of the loose stuff that's around here. Because, hey, why not? Our food isn't looking too bad. I mean, we've got 7 potatoes, but we have got a few simple meals. Now, the one thing to bear in mind with these simple meals is that they do actually have a spoil date, which is really cool. Really cool that they've managed to implement this in. So yeah, you need to make sure you eat it before it spoils, otherwise you waste it. So yeah, sometimes, so it might not be the best of ideas to actually put this on Infinity Make, but it seems to be okay for the time being. Yeah, we do need defences. Build some water out of it. We can't really build any yet. We don't really want to. We need metal. We need lots and lots of metal. There's more food there. Let's grab that. There's more metal there. Let's grab that too. Is there much else? There's more up there, but that's quite far. I think we might have to mine for some of it. Well, there's a nice little cluster of metal there, so we might as well mine that, aren't we? It's out the way as well, so it's not going to go in the way of anything. So let's do that. Oh yeah, you're gonna go. Okay, go and pick that up then. Go on, hurry up. Pick it up and stick it in the stockpile. Okay. We might want to think about putting some more growing plots as well soon, because as we actually expand our colony, then we are going to need more food to be produced, and plus it's going to be our main source of money as well, our main source of trade. Although because of the way the launch pad works with the selling stockpile, it's a bit weird, because if you actually have raw food on that selling pile, then your characters can't actually produce simple meals, which is really weird. It's absolutely really weird. I don't understand why that would be the case, but I don't know. Maybe that's something that might be patched in at a later date. I have no idea. But what I do know is that you can't put the raw food in the selling pot, because no one will make simple meals. Really weird. But at least they're being made, which is always a good thing. I don't know why two people are concentrated on that though. They should be concentrating on other stuff, like mining. Who is our main miner? Okay. Yeah. Alright. That's fine. We should probably look at the needs now as well. So we did have our first event then, and I did miss, but okay. So yeah, we still got the problem of sleeping outdoors, obviously sharing the same bed. We can't really do nothing about that at the moment. You're wounded, which obviously is putting you in a very bad mood, as well as a very ugly environment. So that can't be helped either for the time being. We do have a main hauler, and no, not yet. We have sub ones, but we do need a main one eventually. Okay. I was trying to think what else we could probably do with at this point. That's not going to waste too much metal. Research, not really too fussed about that just yet. Research, I don't think there's been that much added to it. In fact, I don't think anything has been added to it. Not that I can remember anyway. But of course, probably the more useful ones are probably the gun turret cooling and the nutrition resynthesis. If you haven't got a lot of soil, and I suppose not nutrient resynthesis. I mean hydroponics. But the pneumatic picks as well are pretty good. I've yet to install fear or make fear a colony based around driving fear into their hearts. I've always been trying and keep them happy rather than feared. But hey, what we will want to be doing fairly soonish, in fact we probably want to be doing it now, is making a small prison cell. So I'm going to stick that there for the time being. So we are going to need a little bit of metal for this. But it's going to be needed because we need to expand our colony. So there we go. People should be focusing on that now. We do want to make that... Yeah, I want to make that available. And we do want a grave. Actually, we could do making a few graves, probably. These will probably go outside. So I'll probably stick them... Yeah, stick them here is probably a good idea. We'll start off with 3. Oh, now there's actually a burn disconnected. Oh yeah, that one. Bollocks. Okay. Well, we'll sort that out. That's not a problem. There we go. I'll do for now. Metal is still an issue, but at least we're mining it now, so that's a good thing. We do need the launch pad soon now. I'll usually build that next to the stockpile. Maybe we can just build it there. Yeah, let's build it there. It's out of the way then. And then we need to be careful about the about what's stockpiled there. Okay, how are you lot? Are you all okay? Are you happy? Are you happy? You're fairly happy. Yeah, it's a bit dark. I know it is. There's not much I can really do about that since it's night time. You know, if I could bring the sun up for you, I would. But that's just not the case. Apparently, you're still wounded, even though you're healed. It's probably a lasting effect more than anything. Hey, so what should we call this? We should probably call this Shitsville, because you know why not? Shitsville. Okay. So we definitely want to start thinking about possibly getting those walls done now. I mean, we have actually got plenty of metal now, so that's not a big deal. So if I start building from there to there, then there to there. I could probably make that a wee bit bigger. So if I just deconstruct that, and then make that bigger, there we go. We are going to need a door, like so. We are also going to need a power conduit. So we'll... maybe I could just make a power conduit from that side instead. This probably will get mined anyway because it has got metal in it. So if we mine this area, please, as well as this, maybe we can stick another wall there, or at least part of a wall. And then we've got this side to contend with as well. So we need a metal wall. Oops. Wait. A metal wall like that with a door. There we go. Okay, so now we need to have a look at the surrounding area of these particular bunkers. So, enemies can use this as cover, as well as the cactus trees, as well as the rubble. So, the rubble is probably the more important one to probably get rid of. Aha, and here we go, raiders. Just as we've been talking about it. So, is it a she? It looks like a she, yeah. She actually already looks quite hurt, so this could be pretty interesting. Normally, the very first raider, you are able to incapacitate pretty much all the time, so you can actually get them in prison. So there we go. But as you can see, we're still building our defence at the moment, so... Thankfully though, spawning on that side rather than this side, so we're a lot more defended at this side. Although there is a lot of cover to be used. Not an awful lot, there's only really the rubble and a few cactus trees there, but other than that, that's fine. Not really much else. Oh come on, can you please dismantle those, please? I'd rather you dismantle those, or whatever. Okay, so the raiders have started. The raider, I should say. So let's get you three over here. Come on. And get ready to start shooting. There we go. This should be pretty easy to win. We've got decent shooting skills. There we go. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? Okay, so let's put all of them back onto civilians and get the other one to go and capture. So there we go. It will take a little bit of time for this to revert back. It gives you a bit of breathing space before it goes back into fast forward. There we go. So yeah, our first little captive. Excellent. Okay, now you can go back. Now we need to make sure that forward is going to try being recruited with a friendly chat. We are a very happy and civilized colony here, so we like to keep it like that. Now we need to make sure this stockpile stocks up weapons as well for the time being. There we go. Okay, so launch pad's still being built. That's interesting. I would have thought that'd been built by now. Maybe that's what I was focusing on rather than dismantling this crap. Come on, get to work, you lazy bums. Get to work. I might even just fast forward this, although I have just noticed that we don't seem to have much food. That's a bad thing. That is a very bad thing indeed. Let's get some harvesting done. Thankfully there's quite a lot to be harvested. There we go. So yes, get that done, you lazy gits, and start cooking. Speaking of cooking, where is our main cook? Go on, you lazy arse. Just go and cook. God's sake. Or at least go and cut some bloody plants. That would be ideal. There we go. Well done. We failed to recruit with 1% chance. That is not exactly surprising whatsoever. Trollololol. Forget feeding now, just get stuff done. Yeah, start cutting the plants, we need food. Oh, you're not all gonna go to sleep already, are you? They probably are. Okay. I suppose we could do some of the hunting now. Now, the hunting is... I don't think it's completely fully implemented in yet. But what it involves you doing is basically going over to where the muffaloes are and shooting them. That is how it is for the time being. Oh, a traveller named Anthony. Well, we can't capture her. Or him. No, her. Can't capture her. Because we don't have another prison cell. But that can be sorted out pretty damn quickly. All we need to do is make sure that's like that. Stick a door in. And a bed. And maybe we can make it in time. That's a very big maybe. Okay, so there is our first muffalo. So there we go. I think we need... Don't we need to now right click it and butcher it or something like that? Prioritise hauling. Oh, okay, we might just have to haul it back to the stockpile. No, 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 no. What the hell? Don't do that. Those are for humans only. Mechanoid. That's intriguing. No, that is actually really intriguing. I haven't actually come across any mechanoids yet. I don't know if they're implemented in or not yet. Yes, that's better now. Now you can haul properly. So get on with it. Get on with it. Put it on the stockpile or on that pile. That's fine. That's fine as well. That's okay. So yeah, whenever our cook decides to get off his lazy arse and get with it, you know, then that'll be fine. Okay, so this one needs to take off. There's a fucking moth in the room. Get away, you bastard. Yeah, we need to go to raw resources. No, we need to go to foods and tick off all the raw. Probably tick off all the meals as well. There we go. And we are low on food again, which is not really surprising. Okay then guys, I'm going to put a cut in here, and I'll see you next time.